We went into Leeuwenhoek's cloth shop. There he was at the window, peering into an odd little microscope. Leeuwenhoek's microscope was so good that he saw things no one else could see. "I've spent 50 years looking at things," said Leeuwenhoek. "I'm curious about everything." When he said everything, he really meant it. It could get kind of gross. "We're out of here," we yelled, and we raced to the bus. Miss Frizzle flashed the brights, and we landed in France. Hard. Suddenly, a distinguished gentleman came by. "May I be of help?" he asked. "Louis Pasteur," our teacher answered. "I was hoping you'd come along." When the tire was fixed, Louis asked us to drive him home. We all got on the bus, and Miss Frizzle drove us into farm country. It was beautiful, but many of the farm animals were sick and dying. "These animals have a terrible disease called anthrax," Pasteur explained. "I am going to work on it. Please take me to my laboratory in Paris." In his lab, Pasteur explained, "People don't know what causes anthrax. They do know that if they take blood from a sick animal and inject it into a healthy one, the healthy animal will always get anthrax." Pasteur carried out a great experiment. It proved that the bacteria caused anthrax. Once he knew that, he was able to make a vaccine that prevented the disease. We filed out of Pasteur's lab and onto the bus. Miss Frizzle stepped on the gas, flicked on the brights, and flash! The bus went into action. When it stopped, we were still in Paris, but we were at another laboratory. It was 20 years later. "Now we'll meet Marie and Pierre Curie," said the Frizz. "They are about to discover something exciting." The lab turned out to be a wooden shed. Marie Curie was stirring a big pot over a fire. The stirrer was almost as big as she was. "What's in the pot?" we wondered. Wanda looked in the pot. "It's just mud," she said. "This stuff is called pitchblende," said Marie. "I am trying to find a radioactive material in it." Marie's husband, Pierre, was a scientist too. He became so interested in Marie's research that he gave up his own work and started helping her. Marie and Pierre Curie found a way to take the radioactive matter out of the pitchblende. They found just a little bit of radium, but it helped Marie make a big discovery. Marie realized that radioactivity must come from inside the radium, said Pierre. Radium must be spitting out super tiny parts of its atoms, said Marie. When the atomic particles come out, energy comes out too. Today, we know that too much radioactivity is harmful. But the Curies didn't know that. Dorothy Ann read from her book. They didn't protect themselves After a while, they became very sick. We waved goodbye and went outside. A passenger was sitting quietly at the very back of the cardboard bus. It was Albert Einstein, the most famous scientist ever. Then Miss Fizzle flashed the lights and the bus took off. As we traveled, Einstein told us about his work. Most people have heard of my famous mathematical formula, E equals mc squared, he said, but many don't know what it means. The bus zoomed to the Science Museum, bumped up the steps, rolled through the doors, and stopped at Einstein's spot in the exhibit. He stepped into place just in time. No one had missed him yet. Then our teacher drove over to the photographer. Our picture was ready. It was amazing. Everyone was in it, even the scientists. It must have been magic. Back at school, everyone got busy. We all had great questions to ask, such as, how do you make a compass? How do plants get water? And what pattern will be on Mrs. Frizzle's dress tomorrow? But the most important question in Miss Frizzle's class is always, will we ever go on a normal school trip?